3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading at number 1140. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support in helping me reach 300 subscribers at this time, as well as your presence during this reading. I'm trying to figure out where I want to start here. I want to talk about this index card right here first. I just saw number 122 and 123 on the timer. So if you couldn't read it, this says your Italian ancestors are trying to connect with you. And with this card, your ancestors could be Italian. They may also not be Italian. But I do feel pretty strongly here that past loved ones have a message for you. And you don't have to have known them in this life for this message to be for you. Thinking about number 122, that number is about how change starts with you. And 123 is about trusting that everything happens for a reason, in the way that it's meant to, in the order that it's meant to. Really just about trusting the process. And so it feels like your ancestors are acknowledging an opportunity that you may have here to have a positive impact, to push for positive change, and to trust the process and making that happen, that everything is the way that it is right now for a reason. And if it doesn't make sense now, the longer you stay on this journey, the more that it will make sense. It may be important in general for you to rely on or develop a strong sense of trust and faith in the universe, your spirit guides, whatever sense of purpose you may or may not feel. Moving into interpreting 1140. Number 1 is about having trust and faith in yourself, as well as the universe, to help ground yourself and make your inner voice louder, your intuition clearer, and to really help you tap into your strength, your ability to believe, to be patient. I wanted to say to wait, and then I felt connected to the Italian word aspettare, which literally means to wait in Italian. So it feels like your ancestors, Italian or not, are encouraging you to be patient, to find strength through faith, which I think is honestly a really powerful message and a great opportunity for you to strengthen your relationship with the universe or your religion or whatever higher power you believe in. And there are 2 ones here in 1140. So as I've been saying lately, there's a pretty decently strong message here to have trust and faith in yourself, your intuition, your strength, and the universe. Have trust and faith in your ability to create, as well as having trust and faith in the universe's ability to create, and both of you coming together to create, to make something, to, I don't know, maybe do a little magic, or do something grand, or just something that is meaningful to you. The number 4, as soon as I said the number 4, I saw 4, 5, 6, another sign there to trust that everything happens for a reason and to trust the process. And I laughed because the number 4 is connected to stability and ancestors. And I do want to mention that I felt called to put this index card here because when I was grabbing these index cards, or another deck, from the same big deck, when I cut it, that was the one on top. I just felt drawn to it. I felt drawn to include it in this reading. And so it's very clear here to me that your ancestors are very, very much present and really supporting you in whatever you're doing or saying to help create more stability and a sense of safety and true security in your life. And I think one thing they would want you to know is that one of the best ways to help you feel safe and secure and stable is to trust yourself, to have faith in yourself so you can lean on and rely on yourself. Not to be perfect, but just to show up. To try. To be honest. You deserve to be able to count on yourself. And I believe that when we allow ourselves to be able to count on ourselves, to show up for ourselves, we're creating a world that makes room for other people to show up for each other, to be there for each other. Because when we, if we can't show up for ourselves, we can't love and respect ourselves in the way that we deserve, we don't have the capacity to give that to anybody else. So whatever love and care you are showing yourself, just know that it really does make a difference. Both for you and those around you. Moving on to the number 0, which I haven't talked about in a while, and I think that's interesting because I used to talk about it a lot, like I talk about the number 1 a lot now. But I see the number 0 as being connected to patterns or reoccurring themes that are worth paying attention to, cycles even. And these patterns could be in signs that you're seeing, spiritual messages and communication. It could be in the way that things are aligning for you in a very interesting way. It could be in your dreams. It could be anywhere. Are you noticing a pattern, reoccurring themes that are worth paying attention to for some reason or another? The number 0 can also be a reminder or confirmation for you to know when to put yourself first and to really take care of yourself. Know when to choose yourself. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 4 is 6. And 6 plus 0 is still 6. I'm being reminded from Lilo and Stitch and how he was called Experiment 626. And now this is reminding me of a channel that I watch called Tasting History, which you might know what I'm talking about. He's pretty popular, and deserved too, because his content's really good. But I may be biased because I'm very much obsessed with history. Maybe there is something here about history that is fascinating to you or is significant to you that is worth exploring or connecting with on a deeper level. But as I was saying with the number 6, this number is encouragement for you to choose self-love and self-care instead of self-destruction, self-hatred. The more love that you give to yourself, the more that you have the capacity to bring more love into the world. I think it's so important to have a healthy relationship with yourself, because if you don't, it's going to be difficult to have a healthy relationship with other people. And when people struggle to have relationships with other people and they get isolated, that's when, depending on how long it goes, that's when bad things can really start happening, at least in my opinion. maybe there is something here about loving yourself more so you can feel less disconnected. I wanted to say the word despondent. Don't exactly know what that word means, not off the top of my head. But this number 1140 has definitely been a call for you to have trust and faith in yourself and the universe and the process of creating something together, showing up for yourself, trusting that the universe will show up for you. Your ancestors have also made their presence very much known. And I just saw the number 44 on the timer, recording 44 seconds into the second segment of this video. Yeah, definitely making their presence known to encourage you to have more trust and faith in the process and your universe and whatever you are trying to create, whatever positive change you are trying to push for. And the last message was to love yourself. Keep loving yourself in the process. And I just looked down at the timer and saw number 123. Again, trust that everything happens for a reason. I really think that your ancestors want you to know that choosing self-love over self-destruction is really going to go a long way. So while I was being silent there, I felt connected to the Italian word fede, which means faith. So just wanted to put that out there as extra confirmation for somebody who might need it, to have faith in themselves, in the universe, and whatever you are working on. I think that's really the message that has been trying to get through here, to have faith and to just not give up. I don't know, maybe the intro of my video means something to you, because it says don't give up. I just saw another sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. The number 234. Let's take this index card right here. I'll keep it up here in the corner, just so we don't forget about it. And these here, cards I'm picking up now, are index cards. It says, "Are you afraid of me?" I'm going to take that if it resonates. I just flipped the cards over. There's also, the truth will be revealed. You are never alone. I really want to touch on that message about how you are never alone. The decision to love or hate yourself, to care for or destroy yourself, is so much bigger than you because of how connected we all are. Loving yourself in the way that you deserve is first and foremost about you, but it's also about the kind of impact that you have in other people too. I guess you could say kind of being considerate in that way. I saw another sign to trust everything happens for a reason. These are the tarot cards from the Secrets of Tarot. I'm going to start with drawing out a couple of these, and then I will draw out one of those index cards that I just set off to the side there. Okay, so I have the Five of Swords in reverse. Came out, oops, stuck to my finger. It came out like this. And there are many things written on this card. I wrote victory, resentment, isolation, win at all costs, conflict, change, and expand. There's the zodiac signs of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. I wanted to say Capricorn or Sagittarius. We also have the element of air. This card did come out reversed. I really get this strong feeling here that there is a conflict within you that needs to be resolved. Like coming to some sort of conclusion, making some sort of decision, choosing to have this perspective or that perspective, these feelings, those feelings, these beliefs. those beliefs. There's something deeply psychological here that I feel you are experiencing, despite that this is a minor arcana and not a major arcana. Maybe the next card we pull could be a major arcana. I guess we'll have to see. But that reminds me, I want to shuffle these more. But the Five of Swords here, upright, it is about an inner conflict. And in reverse, it's about releasing that inner conflict. Like I said, coming to some sort of conclusion or making some sort of decision. Another sign here to trust that everything happens for a reason with the number 543. Yeah, that message is just really coming through very strongly. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust the universe. Funnily enough, I suppose I'm ready to show you the next card that I didn't really mean to pull right now, but just kind of flipped over. It is the Five of Cups. And this one upright says despair, sadness, hope, loss, and again, conflict, change, and expand. And there are the zodiac signs of Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, and the element of water. And the artist of this deck actually wrote money losses. All is not lost if you look behind. You may have something to salvage. You forget to read what the artist wrote on this card too. Losses. All is not lost as you still have 3 swords remaining, giving you the upper hand. So there's something here about having an advantage. There's definitely something here about looking at what you still have, what still can do, what you can still control. You know, trying to focus on the brighter side of things, if you can call it that. I do want to mention how both of these cards have the number 5 on them. The number 5 is about change and transformation. Remember, I saw the number 122 in the beginning about how change starts with you. These 5s really feel like a powerful confirmation for you to embrace positive change or to do whatever you're doing to try to create positive change. It's like this here, this 5 of Swords definitely represents inner conflict as well as the 5 of Cups. You know, like, I see these more as thoughts because it's swords, you know, your mind, your mindset, and these cups here is your feelings. So maybe you're confused about, you know, what you thought, confused about what you felt. But given that both of these cards are in reverse, it feels like there's a lot of clarity here around what you think and what you feel, and ultimately maybe even what you believe. This could definitely be connected to your belief system. Whatever you are finding closure with and healing from, I'm very happy for you. It's always a good thing to take care of yourself, you know? I mean, all of these messages about choosing self-love, maybe that's just confirmation for you. I mean, it's not really guidance you needed, but just something that was still good and relevant to hear. Let's go ahead and get one of these index cards. You have fear. Interesting. Is that what you're feeling now, or is that something you're releasing? There's song number 55 on the timer because it's counting down and it's about to stop recording so I can record the next segment. Just give me a second here to think on this card that says fear. Is this a fear that you're overcoming? Or that you're becoming more aware of? I mean, it seems kind of ambiguous or vague, so maybe the word fear here, you know what it's talking about. And I'm just really getting this feeling of healing. And I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Maybe there's something here about the Hebrew interpretation of God. I've been learning a lot about the Bible lately. Is Christianity significant to you? For me personally, I find it extremely fascinating how religion has evolved over like thousands of years. I'd say the number 111, the timer, a sign for both myself and you to have trust and faith in yourself and the universe. I learned that throughout history, of course, there's been all of these changes with religion, but there's always been like a mystical undercurrent. You know, things like secret societies and just being curious about the spiritual, mystical stuff. It's been around for a really long time, even in ancient civilizations. It's just crazy to me. It's so crazy to me because I am under the impression that questioning a power larger than ourselves is something we have been curious about. I mean, probably since like hunter-gatherer days, you know? And I'm learning from this teacher that I resonate with, that there seems to be a very ancient sense of nostalgia that we all have. A time when life was easier. Things were more abundant, like food or resources. Everybody was more equal. I don't know why I'm talking about this stuff. I mean, I do remember I did talk about tasting history. I am feeling connected to the Italian word la storia, which does mean history in Italian. So, yes, what are your ancestors here, like, present in this reading for you about? Like, is there something that you are learning? I really feel like there's something here about your belief system that is developing or transforming that really aligns with the number 5 and the idea of change and transformation. Overall, this reading, I mean, the message to trust the process and trust that everything happens for a reason has been, no pun intended, ungodly present. And it's reminding me of how long it has taken, like thousands of years, for humanity to get to where it is today, to get closer to the equality that existed in the beginning. So maybe there's something here, like a bigger picture, a grander plan, more spiritual, bigger thing that wouldn't hurt having a little more trust and faith in, more patience for. Your ancestors have also been very, very present with you to encourage you to find more stability and security and a sense of safety, both through healing and finding closure with something, and maybe even making some changes in your physical reality to align with the stability and all of that stuff that you already created within you through healing. I just saw another sign. Trust that everything happens for a reason. Number 4, 3, 2. This reading has also been encouragement or confirmation for you to love yourself and to trust that it really does mean something, and it is. Choosing to love yourself is a decision that is bigger than you. The cards are very much showing, I guess for a reason, because I just saw the number 4, 5, 6. Somebody who is really finding closure on a deep level, and I feel like it has to do with some sort of fear. I mean, it's just the idea of fear in general, having a healthier relationship with fear. Or maybe there's a specific fear that is very significant for you. No matter what, I think that you are moving in the right direction. And I think your ancestors do too.